Occupy Wall Street thing, in my mind, I think they're not really doing a great job with PR. One of the things that they say is that they're very distributed and there's no leader. Okay, that might make sense from an organizational perspective, but it's really bad from the public relations perspective because the media can't key on one person or a few people as the ones that are the face to Occupy Wall Street, and therefore it becomes a nameless, faceless organization.
Isn't that even worse,
sure,
that they focus on sort of the scrubbiest, sort of most bizarre people as opposed to sort of going to the leader?
Absolutely right. And then and in the early days they were showing all these naked women, which is fine, but it's not a great way to do your PR about how wonderful your organization is. They don't really have consistent branding. You know, they've got a bunch of different logos they use. Their Twitter logo is different than their blog logo, which is, their online logo, which is different from their Facebook logo. And to me, that's just not really a great idea from consistency. So I think that they can learn from the corporate people that they so disdain about how to get their messages in the marketplace. Hey, it's about PR. You know, the reason they're doing what they're doing, the reason they're camping out, the reason that they're occupying these areas and making, showing people what they're doing is they want to get attention. And the problem is they're not using some of the other tools that they have available to get that attention, and therefore I don't think it's as compelling as it could be if they had used some of the tools that that we know and that are fairly obvious from a public relations perspective.
They're going against corporate America in their mind, so they need to make it human. Corporate America is all about not being human, about hiding behind their thing. It's just one of the latest things, as you point this out, that tells me they're not organized. They don't really know what they're doing because their messaging is all wrong.
And that's actually, I think, probably, Butch, you've identified the most important point. One of the things you think about when you think big companies, especially big banks and financial institutions, are organizations that are nameless, faceless. I mean, try getting a human on the phone at your big bank. It's virtually impossible. Try getting somebody to answer your question quickly. It's really difficult. And, you think about, name a bank, Merrill Lynch, Bank of America, whatever, State Street. No humans generally come to mind. You guys mentioned Apple earlier in the earlier segment. You think Apple, you think Steve Jobs, and now you think Tim Cook. And when you think about banks, you don't think about humans. Now, the Occupy Wall Street people are doing the exact same thing. They have the exact same problem. If I think Occupy Wall Street, I'm thinking, tear gas. I'm thinking people with beards. I'm thinking tents. I'm thinking naked women. I'm not thinking of any particular humans, and therefore that's a mistake because what they're against is this corporate attitude, yet they haven't done the opposite, which is provide that human element.